My name is Wally Fitch, and 3 weeks ago I broke the law for the first time. I could jokingly say the devil made me do it, but in this case, that's not too far from the truth. But before I go any further, let me get you up to date on the series of events that led us to where we are right now. It all started with my world tour. I visited over 14 countries, including the Vatican, in 32 days. See, I've been investigating the paranormal and supernatural for over 30 years, and every now and then I take a break from the investigations and go around the world on a little speaking tour. And these tours, they always include some pretty fucked up stories, and frankly, most of them are nonsense. I mean, you could blame it on the myths and the legends that are handed down over generations, overactive minds, or just simply anomalies of science. But what makes these stories I heard on this tour different is that I heard the same 3 stories in every country that I visited. And when I say the same story, I mean almost word for word. You know, there's always at least a regional variant or something that tells me that it's just one of those urban legends that get told around a campfire. But not this time. They weren't about the mysterious creature who lives in the woods, or the crazy maniac who steals children from their beds, or one of my favorites, the witch orgies that happen at the lake while everybody sleeps. No, these stories were about a demon who used a girl's ability to foresee catastrophic events of death so he could go and get there first and take their souls. There's also the one about the guardian angel that was made human by God so he could kill a demon. There's also the one about a demon who would take souls that aren't his to take. And let me tell you, the people that told me these stories, they wholeheartedly believed in them as much as they believed in their Bible. You know, me, not so much. You know, as an agnostic, I find these tales fascinating, but fiction. At least I did until I posted them online. Like I said, I was fascinated by these stories. I wanted to share them, and this is where things kind of started to unravel. There's this preacher down in West Virginia, and he saw the posts, and he tweeted me saying, hey, these stories are real, and that I should just forget about them. Well, the open-minded investigator that I am became even more intrigued with this. We had a conversation back and forth, which led him to telling me that these stories come from a book that is supposedly written by a demon. Now, I admit I laughed out loud, which is probably what you're doing right now. But he backed it up. Well, sort of. He pointed me to an Instagram account of Sutton Blackhill. Apparently, she found the tapes of an old woman who told of her experiences with the demon. And yep, you know exactly where this is going. She would have premonitions of catastrophic events and would tell the demon where to go and grab the souls. Now, I know this all sounds pretty crazy, but that's not all. I'm pretty sure I met with somebody who claims to be someone who lived during the Black Plague in the 1300s and was sent from purgatory. I don't know. He's been slipping me notes revealing who he is or who he might be. I don't know. It's all getting very, very weird. And it gets even stranger. And this is where I committed my first crime. See, I had to go and find the tapes. I had to. So after a bit of research, I found the house where the tapes were buried. I broke into the backyard, and the tapes were there. Along with a letter addressed to me, warning me to choose my role wisely. Whatever that means. It was the second warning of the kind. Before I left, I found this on my hotline.
Det snarare helige som talar med dig. Var rädd för mörkret.
So, it was then that I decided to dive headfirst into this investigation. And here we are. Me sitting in my studio, drinking whiskey, recording this, wondering exactly what I've gotten myself into and what I'm bringing you into with this podcast. Now, I've never revealed anything about any of my investigations. Never, ever. I never have. But this time is different. This time, you guys get to tag along. I'm going to let you in on everything. You'll get the setbacks, the detours, the mystery dots that need connecting. You are going to be my team. We're going to learn the truth together. So my plan right now is to kind of do these deep dives once a week on this podcast. Some of the smaller things and updates or things that require video, I'll post on Twitter and Instagram. So make sure you go and follow at A Walk in Darkness on both Twitter and Instagram. That's at A Walk in Darkness. And if you know anything about what I'm talking about here, or during the course of this investigation, if you see something that I missed, please call my hotline. That number is 406-640-3368. 406-640-3368. And I hope I'm going to see all you guys next Thursday for the first official episode, where we're going to dissect a letter written by a woman who first discovered the tapes of an old woman and her demon friend. Thanks for listening. Wally Fitch out.